on the extension journey. This is going to cover feasibility. In this, I would like to cover 3 points. First one is, okay, I know my need. Can my property be extended to meet that need? The second one is, how much is it going to cost to extend? The third one is it worth spending that money in the current property? Let's go into the details. The best way of doing the feasibility analysis is to talk to some consultants, some designers or architects who have done planning permission in your area. So when they come and visit you and they will look around your property and see the distance between your house and the neighbors, etc., they know what is possible and what is not possible, and then they can provide you their views. On top of that, you can also analyze using the council website. There is a planning permission area on the council website which is visible for everybody. So we can go and see who has applied for planning permission near your house, and if that property is in the same style as yours, what sort of extension has been approved, what has been rejected. All that you can also do yourself. So if you're talking to consultant, don't just go with one consultant. At least talk to 2 or 3 consultants, because each of them will come with different ideas and you can consolidate them and make the most of it. In our case, I think we talked to 3 or 4, maybe 4 consultants because requirement is a lot. So we wanted to make sure that we are utilizing the space in the best way possible. So we had a lot of ideas and we put them all together and then came up with our design. So talk to as many designers as possible. Yes, they will charge. Well, they do charge, most of them, but some of them don't charge us also. So even if they charge, it's not that much. So if you're talking about the designs and making your mind now, it's much better, because after the construction work starts, if you rethink or come up with something new, then it's going to be much more expensive. So talk to as many designers as possible. Then you also want to find out how much it's going to cost. So you might like more than one design, and you might think, okay, if this one costs less than this, maybe I'll go with this one. So have those designs in front of you and talk to the consultants to get the rough cost. Most of them can give the rough cost. And then you can also talk to some builders. The consultants themselves can refer to some builders, or you can find the builder contacts from your friends. And the builders usually come around, they knock on the walls and see if it's a load-bearing wall or if it's an internal wall, and will give you a rough idea as to how much it's going to cost for each of the designs. Now again, you should have to take this cost at a very high level only, because at the moment they don't know how much electric points you need, plumbing points you need, or if you're going for underfloor heating, all that. I mean, if you can tell those, that's great. Get the rough cost from the builder, and then you can weigh the options and see whether which design is going to work better for you and if you can afford for that. So now that you've got the rough costs for each of the designs, and you might think, okay, let me go for the highest one with the best design, and it's probably going to cost more. Say if it's going to cost about 100k, the builder's cost, just the builder's cost. Then add something on top of it, because you'll be spending on tiles, flooring, all the other accessories, switches, all that. So add some on top of that and see is it going to be worth the money invested. There is something called a ceiling price for your area. This is estate agents talk actually. When we talk to them, they say, okay, in your area, this is a ceiling price, and if you're going to spend much more on your extension than the ceiling price, you may not get that money back. But if you're going to live in the property for like 10 or 20 years, then you don't have to worry too much about it, isn't it? It's not worth it at all. You're going to enjoy the space. If you're thinking about just a short term, then it is always better to do that analysis and see if it's worth the investment. And then you can decide whether you want to extend it. While you're doing this process also, you can, when you go and see more and more houses, some new builds, some extended properties, you might think that, okay, one of the houses there is already ticking all my boxes, so let me not take all the trouble of doing the extension, let me just move. So try to do these things in parallel and make an informed decision as to whether you want to extend or move to another property. Hope this is helpful. Thanks for watching, and until I see you in the next video, bye.